Good morning. Hello. Hello. Today I want to share a story about Rupert, the sweetest little parrot who ever landed on my balcony. What started as simple bird watching slowly turned into something magical, a real friendship between a human and the wild. Every morning, I'd step out onto my balcony and see birds flying past. Soon, the cucaracadas began visiting regularly. They'd sit on the railing, quietly watching me. I didn't realize when, but these small moments became something I looked forward to every day. "Good morning," I'd whisper, and somehow it felt like they understood. But then, new birds began to appear. First, the Gaias, beautiful pink parrots. Then, the magpies, always arriving as a pair, never alone. And every evening, the cucaracadas would return like clockwork. I was convinced they were all talking to each other, because with each passing day, the balcony got a little busier. But among all the birds, one stood out. A stunning bright red parrot. He never came close. He just watched me quietly from the eucalyptus tree, always from the same branch. He looked curious, as if he wanted to come closer, but needed time. And then one morning, he gathered his courage. He flew straight to my balcony, landed on the railing, and looked right at me. We stared at each other for what felt like minutes. Then suddenly, he hopped onto my shoulder. In that moment, I knew he trusted me. And from that day on, his visits became special. I named him Rupert. He wasn't just bold, he was hilarious. Instead of flying, Rupert preferred to walk everywhere. He strolled along the railing like a tiny inspector, tested every corner of the balcony, and sometimes even walked all the way to the end just to explore. "Good morning. Hello. Hello," I'd say, and yes, he always answered with his eyes. But what touched me most was this. Rupert was never alone. There was always another parrot nearby, Greta, his gentle and cautious girlfriend. Unlike Rupert, she kept her distance. She never sat on my shoulder. She watched from afar, always aware, always protective. They were inseparable. They teased each other, danced, played, touched beaks gently, and then flew apart only to return again, a real couple, full of affection and personality. Whenever I stepped out onto the balcony, Rupert appeared first, and a moment later, Greta followed, always close, always watching. But there were days when Rupert didn't come. I'd look toward the eucalyptus tree, hoping to see him. I imagined him flying somewhere with Greta, exploring new places, living his little parrot life. And even though I missed him, I knew he would return. He always did. Watching Rupert and all the birds taught me something beautiful. Nature is full of moments you don't get twice. And when you pay attention, you feel more grateful, more peaceful, more connected to the world around you. I'm thankful for every minute I shared with these wild visitors, and especially with Rupert, the little red parrot who made my days brighter and my heart a little softer. If you enjoyed this story about Rupert, please like, comment, and subscribe for more touching and inspiring stories. And remember, before bringing any exotic pet into your home, always research and talk to experts. Every animal deserves a safe, healthy, and loving life.